Hey, thanks for tuning in to our first devotional in this week's prayer and fast. We're calling it Increase, and here's why. In order for us to experience what I believe God wants for us, increase in various capacities, it really starts with us taking inventory. Inside, we have to be honest about ourselves, and that's where we're going to be today in Psalm 139. And I want to read a couple verses to you here. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart." And this is really powerful because the psalmist is saying, examine me, God. I want you to look inside of me. I want to be honest with you. And then he says, know my heart. The idea here is like, distinguish my heart. I want you to look inside and see it to be right. I want to be right before you. So he says, search me, O God, and know my heart. And then he goes on and says, examine me. The idea of examination is like, test me. I don't know about you, but I remember growing up when the exam season would come, I got nervous. Well, the psalmist here isn't nervous. He's honest. He's like, God, test my heart. I want you to look inside, examine me, and know my anxious thoughts. I want you to know everything. I don't want to hide anything from you. I think for this week and this increase, and here I am standing in a cornfield, you can see it. I believe as we look at the corn, there's a sense of harvest, there's a sense of more, of increase. I think in order for us to see an increase in our own lives, we've got to be honest. If we're going to see increase in our church, in the community in which we live, it starts with us being honest about ourselves. We've got to be real, and the psalmist pulls this out. He kind of gives us something to look at. He goes on and he says, verse 24, point out anything in me that offends you. Are you that honest with God? Hey, take this day as you're fasting, maybe you're not eating food, or maybe you're on a certain diet, or some, a sun up to sundown, or maybe you're fasting social media, you're fasting TV, podcast, music, whatever. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask God to point out anything in you that offends him. That's what the psalmist says here. And he goes, watch this. This is so good. It kind of comes to a conclusion. And lead me along the path of everlasting life. Look, I believe God wants to do something great this week in your life, in my life, in our church. But it starts with us being honest. And there's no better place to read, to contemplate, and I'd encourage you to take this in today, Psalm 139, verses 23 and 24. Hey, I love you guys. I'm with you. I'm praying for you. Tune in tomorrow, and I'll have another video for you.